Daily right here on the Muskegon channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. There's Dave Cackley. Welcome to Tuesday, and what a Tuesday it is.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
for no apparent reason. We
No.
just are throwing in some of that fake excitement because it's Tuesday, and that's what TV people do sometimes.
Yes.
We feign excitement because it's
Mhm,
Tuesday, and there's so much to look forward to going into Tuesday.
mhm.
Um, I'm aghast. I'm a flutter. I can't wait till Tuesday gets here, and
Now it's here,
now it's here.
and now
It's
it
like
feels like there
it's almost as good as Wednesday. It's not anywhere near as
it's
bad as
not a
Monday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
It's not quite Thursday,
Mhm.
you know?
Nothing tops Friday. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
But
I do you know what? I've said this before. Thursday, I love Thursday
yeah,
because it's the anticipation of what's to come, even if nothing happens.
right.
It goes back to the fact that I've always been a Christmas Eve as opposed to Christmas Day guy. I
Right.
like
See.
I like anticipating, waiting for things, and because that's almost always better than what eventually happens.
Well, let's put that into practice next time you're wondering where your money is. So,
Hey,
let's say,
I haven't asked you about that in a while.
no, you haven't because I've gotten it out pretty quick.
I'm
But
telling
next time,
yeah.
let's say there's a little dry spell around here, and you could be like, "Hey, man, where's my money?" And I'll be like, "Well,
Yeah.
it's the anticipation, Dave. That's
I
the
don't
part
want
you
to.
like."
Well, see, here's the thing: is I know some Italians, so when things get late, I like to let people know that I know people
Oh, okay.
that that can get things done, so to speak.
Well, do keep in mind, you might know some Italians. I know where all the swamps around Muskegon are.
Hey, fair enough.
Just
Okay,
saying.
maybe that's a wash then on
And I
both
know
our
a lot of the
parts.
cops. So,
Okay, well,
just saying.
palms can be greased. That's all I'm saying.
Ah, God.
You all right there,
I'm doing a stretch.
Sparky? Okay. Let me guess. You've been up what, 9 minutes?
No, actually I got up at about 7:30. So it's been an
Holy
hour here.
cow, that's an
I know.
hour.
Well, you tend to think you know me, which you don't, which is fine. I'm
Hmm.
elusive sometimes with my deeds and actions.
Hmm.
Others times I'm a parent. I was thinking of you yesterday.
All right.
I went down. I was going to film a story, and there was some, um, wires get crossed. People miss things, so
Mhm.
it's all okay. We'll reschedule. And on my way out of the scheduling, I thought, oh boy, look where I'm right by. I was right by Reich's, and you like glazed donuts, right?
Everybody likes glazed. Oh, that's nice. That's a solid one too.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
I don't. Here's the
oh,
interesting thing. Here's the interesting thing about
oh.
donuts. I've never eaten a donut when I was hungry.
No,
I'm not hungry in eating donuts.
not
I'm
me
eating
neither.
donuts because donuts taste phenomenal.
Yes, they
And
do.
I'll have one on occasion. I remember way back when I used to, when you're a kid, you can eat like two, three, and it's
Oh,
nothing.
oh.
Now I eat more than one, and then I just get all weird.
Mm.
Your blood sugar spikes, and then you
That wouldn't
gotta like
happen with this one.
eat a bag of Doritos or something to kind
No,
of
no, no, no.
even it out.
Mm.
Okay.
I wish you were here for this glazed donut.
I'm fine. I do like a good glaze though. I never understood the people like, okay, I gotta get all assorted donuts. You really don't. You show up with a dozen glazed, everybody's happy. You
Mm.
show up with like two glazed and four filled with some type of mystery shit, and then you get some sort of weird fruit one.
Mm.
I don't know that. I
Mm.
don't understand. Okay, are you done grunting and
Mm.
so? Are you getting the glazed donut sweats yet, or is that
No,
only happened with
let me
the?
add a little coffee here to balance it out. Mm.
So you've
Mm.
had like 3 days worth of sugar between the coffee and the donut.
There's no sugar in the coffee. What are you
Oh,
talking
really?
about?
You take it completely black?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. That's
Mm.
interesting. Okay. I had a
Oh,
dude. I'm fine. I had a burger like a half hour ago, so I'm good.
oh, oh,
Ugh. All right.
ah. Well,
Okay.
thoughts to you and
Okay.
that
Good.
wonderful glazed donut, which I'll finish after we get done here. Because
Which was
I wouldn't want to push it on you to think that you
n-
might need a glazed donut.
no, I don't. I definitely don't need one. I would eat one. Like I'm going to the custom countertop later to knock out some kitchens.
Okay.
And occasionally, my brother-in-law has like got some pastry on occasion,
Yeah.
and then sometimes I partake. Most of
Okay.
the time, not. Sometimes I do.
Okay.
So we'll see. We
I'd
shall
like
see.
to get back to my glazed donut. And in sports, I have a
Oh,
question
yeah.
for you.
Okay. Oh, that's what you were gonna. You were gonna ask
I was
me
going to ask
something
you a
sports
question
related
yesterday,
yesterday.
but we managed to just kind of roll past it. So
Right. Okay. Well, we'll get to it
do some news.
in due course.
I have a sports question today.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Let's get into it. Israel's war cabinet will convene today to discuss its response to Iran's drone and missile attack last weekend. While more than 300 missiles and drones were launched, Israel defense intercepted 99% of those. Minimal damage was reported. Hopefully, cooler heads will prevail. White House really isn't saying much because we really can't say much. I mean, you hope for a tempered response to it, but that's out of our hands. They're going to do what they're going to do, and we shall see what the fallout is. Anyway.
Honestly, where do you sit on the whole Israel and Hamas thing?
To me, it's kind of a no. I don't want to say it's a no-brainer because this
You
thing
think
goes
Israel's gone
back
too
for
far?
every. That's a great question. You can make an argument for that. I think it's hard for us here in the U.S. to armchair that
Yep.
with any degree of what would we do in that situation or what do we think we do? Because I mean, look at how we overreacted to 9/11.
Okay.
Look at how I mean, you could so, and then we go about nation building, and now we're fighting multiple. We're potentially involved in multiple wars. And if this thing explodes, it could be World War III. I don't think that's going to happen.
Right.
We'll see. But when you're dealing with a terrorist group who's gonna hide behind hospitals and hide behind kids and use human shields, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I think at times they probably do, but I can't judge them for it. I really can't.
Yeah.
That's just my. I mean,
it's a mess.
It is
100%.
And
to see our politics people politicizing it, I think it's a mistake.
Well, it's just what we do. It's,
I know, but I'm saying that it might be what we do, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's just not the thing to do.
Yeah, but the interesting thing,
especially if you're campaigning against one or another,
mm-hmm.
and you don't know all of the circumstances around everything,
right.
Learn to shut up.
The interesting thing about it is, with regard to the Democrats and Republicans, there are factions in both parties.
Yep.
That are in conflict on this.
Exactly.
And like you've got some Republicans who are like, Israel's gotta kind of step back and maybe take it, and they're more aligned with some Democrats on this. It's interesting. Some of the more like non-interventionist Republicans are siding with some of the far left Democrats on this issue, whereas more of your traditional Democrats and some of your more traditional Republicans are kind of more in the you got to let Israel do what Israel's going to do. So it's interesting the conflicts that arise in both parties over this issue. I mean, because hey, look, we got a large Jewish population here, and they're conflicted themselves over this. So again, I don't know what the answer is. What else is happening? Hey, speaking of war, following several difficult years, the Army and Air Force are on track to meet their recruiting goals in 2024. Army officials say they are optimistic about hitting their goal of 55,000 new recruits, as well as an additional 5,000 for the delayed entry pool. The Navy is still lagging behind, but is showing signs of improvement. The major issue across all branches of the military is finding enough people to meet the minimum physical, mental, and moral standards. It's part of the product of you become a successful country. You have a lot of peacetime. We've all gotten softer. I mean, a lot of young kids could use military service. I probably could have used it back in the early 90s. The discipline of it, big time, 100%. I'm not a big fan. Neither one of us is a fan of the military-industrial complex, such that it is.
The idea of peacetime, though, I can't think honestly of more than 2 weeks since 1970 when I was born that we haven't had a heavy hand somewhere going on in the world.
We kind of do, yeah.
I
I mean,
I think that's and I think that's I don't think that's right.
no,
You know,
it's business.
dude,
War's good business.
that's the problem, right?
Yes, 100%.
Yep.
100%. Finally, it pays to be the governor. Gretchen Whitmer reported more than 2.3 million in the value of her investments and stock accounts, in addition to her roughly $159,000 salary as Michigan's governor. Whitmer disclosed more than $1 million in Admiral shares in Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund. That's a little more than I have. But here's the interesting thing, though. She's not even close to being one of the richest governors.
No.
Not even remotely close. You got, was it J.D. Pritzker, governor of Illinois, $3.6 billion. You got half of Congress is millionaires. Majority of governors. I mean, there's a reason you get into this racket, and that's what it is. You get into it, and then everybody talks about, like, I think it was Tulsi Gabbard years ago, back like 2013, 2014, tried to introduce legislation when she was like a freshman congresswoman, where it would prohibit members of Congress and like their like the higher ups within their departments from being in the stock market, because it's all insider trading at that point. But of course, nobody is going to vote for it. None of them are. What? You're going to take away? That's one of the reasons I got into this. What?
Right.
You think I came in here to serve people?
Right.
Who do you think you are?
Right.
I came here to make some cash. I got houses and boats to buy, man. I got summer homes. I got to put kids on. I got things to do. Hell, I got mistresses. I gotta keep in luxury apartments. What am I? I can't be hamstrung by finance. Finally, sports. Do you want to get into that? Do you want me to do my sports and then you
do
have
your sports, then
questions?
I'll give you the question.
Okay, sounds good. Rangers blank Detroit 1-0. Detroit's pitching looks good. Their hitting is hit and mostly miss right now. Wings keep their postseason hopes alive. They beat Montreal in overtime, 5-4. They haven't been to the playoffs since like 2015. That seems crazy to me. That's almost a decade.
You know what that
the
is?
Wings were like
they
were the Detroit sports juggernaut for years, and now ensconced in mediocrity.
Well, right. that's the way the Wings. So back to the Tigers.
Okay.
Jason Benetti. What do you think?
I don't know.
Really?
I honestly don't know. I don't know. Jury's. It's too early. It's too early.
I think that. See, when they let Shepard go last year, I was pissed because I liked Matt Shepard. I thought he was laid back. I thought he was cool. I thought that he really fit in a lot better, A, than Mario and Rod, and B, Mario and Rod were just punishment to listen to in a game. You could tell they hated each other.
Benetti is a national voice.
He's
a national voice. He's got a good voice.
That's the thing. He is the golden goose in MLB right now. And
I think
it took me a couple of games to get kind of in sync.
Used to it. Yeah.
But
he's got personality. He does have personality, which he's always does. He's good doing any, like, he's done major college basketball. I'm not sure if he's done football or not.
See, that's what I don't know.
But he's done baseball. He's done baseball for years.
Oh, he's like
too, and he's young. Like he's relatively young.
He is like the Wikipedia of baseball,
and
that's one of the big things about getting Benetti in with Detroit. That was a big deal. Now, when I thought about Shepard after the fact, Shep can cross over sports very quickly.
Yes, he can. Yes,
he can do any sport, anywhere, anytime, and he's awesome at it.
He did Michigan basketball for years, too.
Yeah. So I felt okay after that, and then all that. But I really think that having Benetti here now, he's, in all honesty, Dickerson is getting to, it's his 25th year.
Yeah.
And I think Benetti would be better at radio than TV. And if you, you know what I mean? But the longevity, if you want to keep Benetti around, Move him over away from the disposable mindset of
Mhm.
Fox Sports Detroit and get him on that radio station.
Mhm.
That's what I thought.
He, 100%, because he could do sport, he could do talk right. There's certain guys who are just like, especially when you're talking play-by-play
Yep.
guys, who can just do that. They don't have really much else to say outside of the play-by-play. They just
Yep.
don't have it. Benetti is talented. Now, when I say it's early, okay, let's wait and see. How is he for an entire season? He's been great everywhere. So when I say it's early, that's because we're 10 games into a 162 game season. But I like him. I do like him.
Cleveland just about broke in half when he quit. Or Chicago. It was the White Sox he
Chicago
was working for.
White Sox, yeah. I mean, because here's the thing that you do, and the more I talk about it, the more I'm thinking, yeah, he is the perfect fit, and they should keep him around because you've got 162 games. There's a lot of dead time. There's a lot of downtime. You got to have somebody who's got other things to say, who makes things like, who is the last person anybody really listened to that was remotely entertaining? It was Harry Carey. I mean, granted, that's because most of the time he was drunk.
Yeah,
but
Harwell.
Harwell. I think we romanticize Harwell a little bit. He had a nice voice. He was pleasant. But he didn't really say anything outside the game or didn't have anything any great anecdotes. He was just a smooth play-by-play guy. He was an old school from the late 1950s through the 90s, and he was a staple. Yeah, but he had the same. You know what I'm saying? The same style. Now I don't like guys who are like too that try to dominate too much from a personality standpoint. You want to, especially when the game is the main thing. It's different if you're doing a show,
right.
But when the game is the main thing, he knows kind of when to pick his spots. So yeah, I think early on it looks really, really good.
There you have it. All right, good. We come into one on Jason Benetti. Perfect.
Absolutely.
Dave Cackley. Guess what? We're down to like 12 or 13 days left with this Colton Woods kid. So let's get to the weather and have yourself a great Tuesday.
Wait, we're not doing trivia? We haven't done trivia yet.
Trivia. Duh. Sorry.
We didn't do Jeopardy.
It's Jeopardy. It's not trivia.
I know, but yeah.
This is the big league, son.
Okay.
I'm sorry. This is where I almost blew it. New York City. 600.
New York City.
Take a selfie with the Statue of Liberty aboard this 25-minute ride to the St. George Terminal across New York Harbor.
I'm going to guess this is the Staten Island Ferry.
Look at you. How did you get so much knowledge about New York in you?
It's weird because I've never been there.
Really?
But I've watched a lot of television programs based in New York, around New York, about New York.
I've been there twice, and it is remarkably overwhelming. It is something you just cannot imagine until you
too many people, and it's probably too dirty and gross, and I don't. I went through Hollywood. Hollywood is disgusting. Yeah. You ever been through Hollywood? It's gross. Hollywood. Yeah, it's gross. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. See, you're nicer than I am about this. It's just gross. Anyway,
have yourself a great Tuesday.
See ya.
Welcome back, Muskegon. A very nice Tuesday is in store before rain moves in Tuesday evening. So let's take a look at your forecast brought to you by Trinity Health. Like I said, very warm temperatures are expected on Tuesday. We should get right into the lower 70s today, which is one of the warmer days we've seen so far this year. Rain showers will move in, though, for Tuesday night right around 9 or 10 p.m. or so, which will bring cooler weather by the weekend. So you can see the future radar shows by 10 p.m. a decent round of rain will move through West Michigan with some heavier storms across the lake, but by the time those storms reach us, they should just be rain showers. Temperature-wise today, though, as the storms approach us, we'll definitely get into the 70s, as we'll have lots of high clouds as well. So today won't really be sunny, but it will be very nice and warm with temperatures generally in the lower 70s to upper 60s. So for your Tuesday, expect a high of 71 with partly cloudy skies. It will be filtered sunshine since we'll have so many high clouds today. And then rain showers will likely move in right around 9 p.m. or so and continue through most of the night. But we're not expecting any severe weather, and it's not impossible we could have a rumble of thunder. But in general, most of this will just be rain showers. But then on Wednesday, storms will be possible during the afternoon and evening, but the severe weather threat doesn't look that high either. And then that will cool us down definitely into the 50s by Thursday. We'll stay in the 50s and maybe even the 40s over the weekend. So unfortunately, cooler weather will move back in before a warm-up early next week. And that's your Tuesday forecast brought to you by Trinity Health on the Muskegon Channel and I'm Cole Woods Weather. And have a great day.